Systems of equations and mixture problems. 5-step problem solving method. Step 1, define each variable. Step 2, write a system of two equations. Step 3, solve the system. And step 4, describe its results. And let's check step number 5. So in this case, we have a word problem. I highly recommend you read word problems at least 2 to 3 times. It'll help you depict what's important and what's needed. So the length of a golden rectangle is equal to about 1.62 times the width. An architect wants to design a room so that the floor is a golden rectangle with a perimeter of 50 feet. What are the dimensions of the floor? Once again, let's try to read this again. The length of a golden rectangle is equal to about 1.62 times the width. So let's realize the shape first of all. It tells us that it's a rectangle. And it also tells us that it's 1.62 times the width. What is the width? The length, right? So let's remember it's the length equals this. An architect wants to design a room so that the floor is a golden rectangle with a perimeter of 50 feet. So they are giving us the perimeter. Remember, perimeter is the distance around an object, agreed? So it's around the square or rectangular object in this case, I should say. What are the dimensions of the floor? So let's start with our equation. We know that the length is equal to 1.62 times the width, or 1.62w. And once again, let's remember it's a rectangle. So let's draw a rectangle. It makes it easier to visualize. So therefore, we do not know the width, agreed? They never told us the width. So width, we don't know. But they did tell us the perimeter. Perimeter equals 50. And it's 50 feet, the distance around this object. So, for a rectangle, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Remember, there are two sides that are equivalent in length and two sides that are equivalent in length called the width. So let's do substitution in this case. Let's substitute our length equation that they gave us for a golden rectangle into our perimeter formula. So there we go. We've substituted the perimeter for the p-value, 50, and we substituted instead of the L, we have the L equals 1.62w. So 1.62w is replaced by the L. So, or vice versa, I should say. The L is replaced by 1.62w. Okay, so let's simplify this. We're distributing. So when we distribute or multiply, because it's pure multiplication in this case, 2 times 1.62, we get 3.24. Highly recommend double check with your calculator. Plus 2w. So 50 equals 3.24w plus 2w. We can combine the w's, right? So 3.24w plus 2w gives us 5.24w. You got it. So let's get rid of the 5.24 to solve for w. So divided by 5.24 since it's multiplying with the w. When we do the one side, we must do the other side of the equal sign also. 5.24 divided by 5.24 cancels out, leaving us with 50 divided by 5.24 is 9.54, agreed? And there's our w value. In other words, the width. And keep in mind, it's feet, right? We're talking about feet, the length in feet. Or in this case, the width in feet. So let's find the length then. Let's substitute it into our golden rectangle formula. L equals 1.62w. So let's substitute the width, which is 9.54. There we go. 1.62 times 9.54. This will be a calculator check for you. Please double check with your calculator. Make sure we get it correctly. So 1.62 times 9.54 gives us 15.46. So the length is 15.46 feet. And there's our second dimension. So it looks like we got all our needed lengths and widths, right? So we're talking about a golden rectangle. There's a golden rectangle, or sort of tannish. So let's imagine it's golden colored. So L equals 15.46. That's our length. And we found that the width is 9.54.